Hello, and welcome to HUGS4Health Intro to Fats. I'm your host, Christie Rose Yielding. I'm a health coach and the owner of Holistically HUG Health Coaching. How do you define health? According to the WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. I agree with this, and I think it's a great place to start because, of course, just not being sick is not necessarily healthy. I think it's more than that. And I like to expand upon this definition, and I like to think about health as being fully connected to my physical body, my mind, and my spirit. I feel healthy when I'm facilitating a grateful and positive attitude, when I'm physically feeling energetic and vibrant, and when I have a heart full of love, joy, and faith. I feel healthy when I get plenty of rest, nourishment, movement, and mental stimulation. So it's not just the absence of sickness. Diets don't work, unfortunately. Okay, so that's the short version. Diets may work for a short time, but they're not a sustainable way to stay healthy. Our bodies are so smart. They're smarter than our brains, and our body doesn't know that you're eating less or cutting certain foods to lose weight. Our bodies just go on high alert and think that we're entering a famine. And while you may lose weight in the beginning of a diet due to your body adjusting and trying to figure out what to do next, you will eventually stop losing weight and your body will hold on to everything. This may look like you feeling irritable and tired and your body trying to conserve energy. Our bodies are always preparing us for the next challenge that we face, and our bodies learn from our past and adapt every single day to our actions and reactions to the world around us. I know from experience that when I restricted myself in order to lose weight, I felt deprived and I started even counting the days or the minutes until I could indulge in my favorite treat again. And then I always went overboard, gained back everything that I'd lost and then some. And of course, I blamed myself. I felt guilty and shame and thought myself weak for not being able to adhere to my diet. We live in a fast paced world with an overabundance of different types of foods available to us, even at the push of a button in as little as a few minutes. I love living a life of abundance and flavor, and yet I don't want to be overweight. I have personally found that a combination of intermittent fasting and living a life of abundance while enjoying things in moderation has helped me feel healthy and full. That being said, everyone is different, and we all live in a different situation with different skills, willpower, body types, and so much more. I call this bio individuality. I know that what works for me may not work for you, but I have been trained to help you discover what health looks and feels like for you. Calories are energy. The first thing that I learned about dieting was that calories mattered and that counting them is the recipe to weight loss. Again, remember what I just said about diets, and this is just a diet on steroids. Because, yes, you may lose weight at first, but counting calories will not work long term. Our bodies are smart, but they're not calculators. And even if they were, we would need like a digital readout of some kind to let us know how many calories to eat in order to function at our full potential. Yeah, this is not the case. I like to think of calories as energy. So even when I read the nutrition information on the label of something and I see the amount of calories, I've trained my brain to look at this and say, how much energy does this have? And then I ask myself if I need that much energy and if the item is worth it. Although I don't recommend a lot of packaged foods, this is a good habit to get into when you're purchasing items is to read the label and think about calories as energy because this word will come up from time to time. Fat. Let's talk about one of the most important building blocks of nutrition. And notice I use the word nutrition instead of diet. Our bodies are complex and beautiful, and that we're mostly water, and we have more bacteria in our guts than we have cells in our own bodies. I think it's important to discover what fuels our bodies. Not only fuels our bodies, but nourishes our bodies from the inside out. Fat does not make you fat. I want to scream this from the rooftops because the media and government have bombarded us with health information that's not accurate in order to manipulate us into eating more or less of something. Yes, I can rant on and on about this, but no, I won't do that here. However, if you would like more information, I will leave my contact information at the end of this presentation. Our bodies need fat is the short answer. Our brains and skin especially need fat. Our skin is the largest organ of our body, and fat helps to nourish it and protect it from toxins to keep our organs or our guts safe. Our brains need fat to fully function, and this is extremely important in our current environment that leaves us prey to diseases such as dementia and Alzheimer's. Let's keep our bodies safe and nourished by consuming more fats. Are all fats equal? I'm sure you can tell by the picture that no, of course they're not. The first few fats that I would encourage you to avoid are processed and artificial fats. I want to encourage you to stay away from things like shortening, aka Crisco, margarine, and processed vegetable oils. They may start out as vegetables, but that clear yellow liquid is so processed and toxic that our bodies don't know how to process it. They do not recognize it as a vegetable at all. Other sources of healthy fat are going to be like your eggs, avocados, nuts, and nut butters. I want you to nourish your body with these healthy fats. Also, animal fats, such as fresh lard, not the snow cap or any white lard from the grocery store shelf. This should be refrigerated or frozen. Also, bacon fat. If you remember your moms and your grandmothers saving the bacon grease after breakfast and putting that in the coffee can, that was still a good idea. Butter, coconut oil, olive oil, and a lot of the nut oils like walnut, almond, and hazelnut. How much fat do you need? Well, you can Google this, but again, I want to go back to bio-individuality, and I personally don't really think you can eat too much fat. I think it's important to eat fat with every meal and ensure it's a good quality fat, such as the ones I've listed. You'll know when you've had enough fat because you will feel full. It's really hard to overeat with fat if it's a good, healthy fat. Fats help to satiate you so you feel full faster and for a longer amount of time. This helps you feel full and keep you from reaching for the snacks. I really don't recommend a lot of snacks outside of meal times, but that's another topic. And so for now, focus on crowding out the snacks by consuming plenty of healthy fats with each meal. Maybe if you could do a small experiment with yourself and try a handful of nuts versus maybe a small bag of chips or something that's fat versus carbs, and take note of how you feel after and how long it takes you to feel hungry again. Okay, so here's the good part. The part that you can do today. As soon as you get done watching this video, you can take a screenshot, add it to your shopping list. I want you to try a new healthy fat or stock up on some that you already love so that you can get more fats into your meals. I'm not a huge advocate of throwing away everything that you have in the house. So if I mention something that you have on hand that maybe I put it in the unhealthy category, go ahead and finish using that up. And then next time, when you go to this grocery store, replace it with a little bit healthier version. Most of these, your family members, roommates, friends won't even notice the difference, except for maybe it tastes better. Because I don't recommend low fat, no fat, reduced fat, any of those. I recommend full, healthy fats. And some of these, in no particular order, are coconut oil, avocados, eggs, nuts, nut butters, extra virgin olive oil, nut oils, butter, bacon fat. And remember, you can save this from your breakfast. Fresh lard, again, not the snow cap or the processed version. You want to get this maybe from your local Hispanic grocery store. That's where I've found it most readily available. It's in the refrigerated section. It's a little more brown colored, but it's not as processed and definitely better for you, especially if you're going to make, say, like fried chicken. Although I don't recommend a lot of those type of meals, I'm from time to time indulge myself because, again, everything in moderation. And so if the family wants fried chicken or fried fish or even French fries, a fresh lard is your best bet. Maybe after that might be bacon fat, depending on how much you have. And then again, coconut oil. Coconut oil is just a little bit more expensive, so that's why I lean more toward this animal fats first. They're just a little bit cheaper version. Again, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, maybe animal fats are not your way to go. Another thing to keep in mind is the smoke point, and I can definitely go into this in depth if you want to comment or message me. Contact me if you have any questions about anything in the video. But if you're going to cook something on a high temperature, the fresh lard and the coconut oil, even the bacon fat, are going to be your go-tos. The extra virgin olive oil is a really healthy fat, but it has a really low smoke point. And so I want to recommend that for maybe drizzling on top of a salad or drizzling on top of your pasta after it's already cooked so that you're not cooking off the goodness into the skillet. And some of the nut oils, they're kind of in between. Walnut oil, hazelnut oil, they can give your pasta dishes or your salads a nutty kick, and they're really good heart healthy for you. So I want to encourage you to branch out a little bit and use some of those. This is just a personal shopper tip. I have personally found several nut oils and extra virgin olive oils on the clearance rack. So make sure and check those and keep your list handy. I would love to see pictures of what you purchased and how you prepared that, how you utilize these fats, and make sure you're getting some fat in every single meal. So message me and let me know how it's going. Send me photos. I love photos, either personal or on Facebook. And let's keep in touch. You can reach me at Coach Christie at holisticallyhug.com, of course, on the Facebook group. And that's for members only. So if you're not in the Facebook group and you happen upon this PowerPoint, if I decide to share it to outside, not in my group members, you can find me on Facebook at Christie Yielding. Also, CoachChristie.com. That's a great place. I may put these PowerPoint presentations on my website directly. And if you're not part of the group, reach out to me for more information on how to join, because it is still an affordable price and we are gearing up for some really exciting things.